All right, guys. A lot of stuff going on in gaming now. And me, being the Xbox fanboy that I am, I just want to throw in my 2 cents and document it. So if I'm right, because what I want, it's a stretch. There's possibly no way that Microsoft could do it because it benefits the player and it doesn't really give them any financial upside. It gives them risk, though, but they're not willing to do that. They're a multi-billion-dollar company. But I'm excited that they announced, Project Helix, just like everybody else, but also just as curious. Like I said, I'm an Xbox fanboy. I still have my Series X over there. I just don't play it because, I have my PC and everything's an Xbox nowadays, like my Rogue Ally. And what my hopes are for this next console is something like the Steam machine minus all the extra PC stuff. Like we think about like with the Steam machine or the Steam box, whatever they're calling it, it's basically going to be like a PC right in your living room. You could change your operating system, do whatever you want to do. It's whatever they built and they have running in it. That's what it is. It's not like a PC where you could, upgrade your components and stuff like that. What I'm hoping is Xbox, instead of making two separate consoles or a console now and a console down the line, they make an upgradable console. And Microsoft can, use their AI if they want to sell it to somebody to develop the components and manufacture them. And then, which would suck because, people would lose jobs, which goes to another point that I'm going to be making in this video. And I just really hope that they could nail that because it would bring more of the, like, similar with Steam, how they're losing money, but as long as you go to the Steam store, it's cool. With Xbox, like, yeah, they might lose money depending on which one, but, if more people decide to build a certain one and Xbox has to build the other components, or they don't have to build the components, they didn't make them, then they save money. I mean, that's just what I'm thinking. I don't know. I'm not a business dude. I'm sitting here in a fucking vest in my basement. But that's what I hope Xbox can do. Because if you look at what they're doing, like when I turn on my PC, I hardly ever open up Steam anymore. I'm pretty sure it's running somewhere. But like I just go to my Xbox app and everything's running through there because the games that I have installed, I'm pretty sure I can put them into my Steam. Pretty sure I can. But like I said, I came from Xbox. I don't really want to be doing all that tinkering. And Xbox, everything from Steam is already imported into there. So I can launch everything right from there. Similar to like my Rogue Ally. I would launch it right into that Armory crate. I don't really have to use Windows unless I want to go and use Windows. I don't want a Windows device. I don't want the option to, edit documents and, do a whole bunch of fancy editing on it. I just want it to be gaming first and like that's it. Like just powerful gaming. That's it. Like, and maybe, you'll be able to, open up your Discord and stream and do all different stuff, capture, share, record, do all the things you got to do, edit it. But I just don't want it to be like you set a keyboard into it, unless you prefer to play with keyboard and mouse and you're sitting there editing documents and then you're cutting back into the game. Like, just get a PC at that point. But as we're seeing, like getting a PC for some people, like, maybe the elitist, the people that are like, I'll build a PC. It's not as, consumer friendly as it once was. I mean, I got lucky. I bought a pre-built with a 4090 for $2,500 in like 2023 or something on a Black Friday sale. So, I mean, I got an i9 in it, so it's not like the best, but it gets it done. Because, like I said, like I just want a game, and sometimes I don't want to tinker like Battlefield that just dropped, which is another point that I'm gonna go to in this video. It runs like crap unless you run it out of the EA launcher. I don't know why, but even still, then it's still not optimized to run on PC for some reason. It just feels like crap. It looks great, don't get me wrong, but like went to my Xbox the other day and I was playing Skate and I was like, why is everybody talking about Skate 3? Let me go back and replay Skate 3. So I went back and replayed Skate 3. Tell me why this bitch had my quick resume from I don't know when. Months, maybe even a year ago. I just pressed in a quick resume, boom, right there. Like, that's cool. Game Pass, we're not going to talk about the price, but it is a cool feature. And now with them offering the Xbox Play Anywhere, I'm probably going to buy Crimson Desert on my Xbox because I can play it on my Series X, my Rogue Ally, and my PC because it has Xbox Play Anywhere. And they have that now with like Space Marine 2. And I bought Space Marine 2 on my PC because A, I wanted to run better, and B, honestly, I just bought it because I wanted to run better, and it looks great. It looks phenomenal. So I get that aspect, but I'm saying like shelling out thousands of dollars for a game just to look great, like to me, it's not really worth it nowadays. But hey, to each their own. I just want gamers to have fun and experience more things and get out there and you know not everything is for everyone. I feel like Xbox lost their consumer base and they lost it to, I guess, the master race, which is hard to get them back. So they really have to come out swinging if they want to get them back. And then, they kind of have a leg up now with what their competition is doing, aside from Nintendo. Nintendo's not in a console race. It's not in anything, a handheld race, nothing. Nintendo is in a league of its own. I don't care if you're a child or grown, Nintendo is a league of its own. Underpowered, say whatever you want to say about the device. But I want to play Assassin's Creed Shadows. I just press that button. It's up running. I ain't got to tinker with nothing, wait for it to load in, and it runs smooth. It's great. But PlayStation dropping the ball with, wanting to pull their PC games pull their exclusives off of PC. That's going to hurt them. That's why a lot of people like PlayStation. But I feel like they're trying to go on the same route that Xbox is trying to go. They're trying to bring more things in-house where they have to make the software, the hardware, and everything. All the money comes back to them. And from a business standpoint, I understand that and I get it. Which brings me to my last point, which is these. I saw a video from this guy right here, USA Specialist. Great video. But just part of your rant, just one thing I had to say is like it's part of business, dude. Like the problem with Battlefield is that EA would have made the game regardless, right? But it was overhyped. It was never supposed to be the type of game that a Call of Duty is, and it'll never be that. Like you can make all different kinds of cool content. We all know that, like the only in Battlefield type shit. But like at the end of the day, like the funny stuff with Nicki Minaj and all that BS running around that got Call of Duty to transcend and get people who never played first person shooters before to play. That's not Battlefield. That's what he was saying, and I understand that. But however, from a business standpoint, like he said in his video too, you should have seen the writing on the wall. It's like as soon as the video when they dropped that launch trailer and it went crazy, you knew it was over for Battlefield. I still go in and enjoy the game when I can, but like it's horribly optimized. When it runs well, except for some of the simplest shit. Like I can't go and switch my class or the game will legit crash. But whatever. I'm not a fucking dev. I'm not going to get into any of that. I just like to enjoy video games. My problem with that is like how you talk about casual gamers. It's not about the casuals. It's more so about the people who, what's the word I'm looking for? They're not necessarily casual. They're trying to find their niche. There was a point in time where like when we were kids, because we have to understand, like we're grown, like we're 36. I think you said like you were almost 30. Like it's not for us. Like a lot of these video games, like we're supposed to be at work, and granted, like this might be your job, and that's cool. Congratulations. But a lot of other people, like they don't have time to sit there and enjoy video games. So for me, if I can jump in and I can play the game and I can get 3-4 hours out of it every other night throughout a week, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm good with that. But I see where you're coming from that standpoint where like we need more content, we need all that. You're running games ragged, and that's like you can't call people casuals. Like that's like you can call me a casual, but then I can call you like a no-lifer. You don't no-life video games. There's so many great video games out there, which is why like I have like friends on Discord where like we just set up like what game we're going to play today, and it's not like where you sit there and you just hone in unless you're doing esports or something, or you like you want to focus your content on that specific game. Like the problem is like the hype with all these content creators. Like you guys just push it out there and make people think like this is going to be the next best game. Like Crimson Desert. Does it look good? Yeah, it looks good. But honestly, it's not really doing anything that we haven't seen from any other game. Where Winds Meet, Zelda, any Assassin's Creed, any Ubisoft title pretty much. It looks good, and like they're saying it's going to run good, but at the end of the day, guys, like what it comes down to is like what you're doing. And when I see some of the gameplay and I see some of the mechanics, to me that's what looks cool. That's why I liked Kingdom Come Deliverance too. A lot of people don't like the combat, but I like the way that it switched it up from just hacking and just swinging until you got like the master. But still, like you get what I'm talking. It makes you feel something like when people want to say immersed. Like that's to me, that's immersive. But to each their own. So I always walk back what I say. But at the end of the day, I just want gamers to come together and understand that, like you said, we do have the voice, and the voice comes in like being honest and being true. Like, don't just like you said with the one guy, like, oh, Tim Tat or the Tatman, whatever, he played the game just because he's getting paid. Like, we know that, and we need to be more vocal about that. And I'm not saying we need to blow up smaller channels and all that. Watch who you want to watch, do what you want to do. But like, it seems like you guys are getting, like, these content creators are getting more of the praise and not necessarily the revenue, because I don't understand your pay structure. I don't know it. I'm not part of that, and I'm not going to talk about that. It's none of my business. But we're talking about EA and how they can't afford to pay people. Of course they can't afford to pay people. They were expecting it to be as big as, look at this person and they have millions of views. Look at that person, they have millions of views and hundreds of thousands of likes. People are going to love this game. But the truth is that really doesn't equate to anything. It's like when you get it in your hands and you feel it. Like, motherfuckers are putting out the videos of them actually playing Crimson Desert, and they're like, hey man, it's pretty good. That's what got me excited about the game. But what I do also like is I haven't heard anybody say that it's like, oh, this is going to change games forever. And I see that on like these clickbait videos from like these smaller channels. And it's like, yo, dude, like, this is going to be the problem, because people are going to jump into it and expect this game to change their lives. And it's not. It's going to be I don't know about GTA. GTA is a different, I can't really say that, because Rockstar, whatever, they do their thing. They do their thing. They've missed a few times, but they generally do their fucking thing, and they've been cooking for this long, and they got so much content, because you got to think about it. They usually use like world problems in their games on like some SNL, Family Guy type shit. So like, they're not going to lose that fan base. You got motherfuckers, unless people just really hate the game to the point where like it's clunky, they don't like the way it moves or whatever, blah blah blah, and they just want to play GTA, which is fine. People like that. Which is why I don't think people should be comparing Battlefield 6 to Battlefield 3, because you can still play Battlefield 3. You can still play Battlefield 4. You know what I'm saying? Like, compare Battlefield 6 to Black Ops 7 and all that other things. Like, keep it modern and keep games going forward, because you got to remember, this is somebody's first time getting into maybe an open world game. And back then, when we talk about all these GOATs, they were probably one of the first one in that genre. You know what I'm saying? Like, Tarkov is going to go down in history because it was like literally one of the first extraction shooters popularized and like doing their thing. PUBG, it was one of the first battle royales that like blew up and did their thing. I just wanted to come on here and just get my 2 cents out. If you guys like, comment, subscribe, do all that mumbo jumbo that YouTube wants people to do. And, I'll probably check back in when Xbox announces some more information, because, like I said, I'm very excited about that. And I really do hope that they can really, people might think it's greedy if they say, like, oh, yeah, because it's proprietary ports and they're bringing everything back in. But you got to remember, motherfuckers got 3D printers. There's third parties, everything. Like, both my PC computers are third party, because I broke my Elite 2 playing fucking Space Marine 2, just mashing the counter button. But yeah, I truly miss playing on my Xbox. Sometimes I go back and I sit there and I play on it, but it's like I want that feeling of being like, I want to play Star Citizen, and I can play Star Citizen. I want that feeling. I want to jump into Gray Zone Warfare or whatever. Those games that you can't play on a console. I think that it's cool that they're giving you a chance. They're bringing those to more gamers and making it more accessible to gamers. I like that, even though it's already here with like the Rogue Ally, the Steam Deck, and the Lenovo Go and all these other different handhelds. And you could always buy a PC. I know, guys, but like I said, it's not really consumer friendly. And you got to think about younger kids. They want to get made fun of because they bought a pre-built and all this other BS. I don't care, nigga. Buy your pre-built. Game with your friends. Do what you got to do. That motherfucker that built his shit and he's sitting there tinkering, his shit's crashing, and you're just gaming. Whatever, bro. It is what it is. You don't need the max bullshit. And if you just want to play video games, my nigga, like you don't need any of that other shit. Get a console. Get a console. You know, and if you want to go further into it, a cheaper route, and it's get like a portable PC handheld. That's how I started out, honestly. Before I built all this, well, not my PC, it's pre-built, but like before I got my monitors, my keyboard, everything like that, I had my Rogue. Actually, before that, I had the Logitech little cloud thing, the G Cloud thing. I had that, and then I had didn't like it, gave it back. And I got it for Starfield, and then I had something else. It was like a Razer, like little phone tablet type thing. It had its own like mobile signal on it, so I thought that was pretty cool. And but I literally turned that into a battle station. Like I docked it up. I got big, and it ran well. It was great. But then I wanted to try the raw power of a PC, so I got this on sale. Oh, it's 4090. I got what 30. I think I got 64 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM in there, 3 fans, and i9. You know, and I'm not like a big computer guy. Let's just pray for Xbox to get this done. Xbox fanboys unite. Yeah, we know we lost the console wars. I don't care. I just wanted to come back to where Xbox isn't the laughing stock of the industry. I don't think they deserve that. Unless you want to talk about their business moves. But what company doesn't make stupid business moves? In the past 3 years, out of the top 3, tell me which one didn't make a stupid business move. But then again, I'm just sitting here at a fucking computer talking to absolutely nobody. Peace and love, y'all.